Hey everybody, this is Dino Maddalone of the Ask Dino Show. Did you know that we are all drummers? If you clap your hands to a song or snap your fingers to a beat, you're a drummer. But there are some of us that play drums for a living, and then there are some of us that go on to be drumming legends. Tonight we have three drummers that have carved out musical history in the drumming world. If you're a drummer, or you just snap your fingers to a beat, I would not miss this. Ask Dino Show coming at you. Bada bang.
Welcome to the Ask Dino Show. Hosted by music biz veteran, Los Angeles Records Producer of the Year, Dino Maddalone. With special guest artists performing and answering your questions. Ladies and gentlemen, Dino Maddalone.
He knows.
Hello everybody, this is Dino Maddalone of the Ask Dino Show. We are coming live from Los Angeles, California from my recording studio. Now, we spent the last 48 hours changing my recording studio into a TV studio. We got the guys from across the way here from Black Dog Electric. They came over here and they spent hours and hours and hours doing all these lights, the electric, the conduit, all these plug-ins. We wanted to make it a nice TV vibe. We wanted to have it in front of my drum set here because we've got three of the most historic drummers in the world coming on the show tonight. These guys together, all three of them together, aggregate, they've sold between 90 and 100 million records. The bands that they've been in sold between 90 and 100 million records. That's incredible. Okay, so what we got the man, Floyd Sneed from Three Dog Night. We got the Rock, Mark Droubay from Survivor. We got the Tasmanian Devil, Ronnie Ciago from Brand X, and Patrick Moraz. Now, between these three guys and myself, there's 150 years of drumming experience is gonna be on this show tonight. This is gonna be so much fun, okay? Check this out. Mark Droubay is a buddy of mine for some 40 years. Although he can do a drum solo like a Buddy Rich or an Ian Pace, he proves the point that playing solid can bring you fame and fortune as a drummer. He played on one of the most famous and exciting movie songs of all time, Eye of the Tiger. His band Survivor sold millions worldwide. Mark Droubay is a master timekeeper, a fierce showman, and a lifetime friend. To put it simple, Floyd Sneed is one of my idols. With Three Dog Night's massive collection of hits, he was the innovator of pop rock drumming. A style all his own he calls Lafrican. That's Latin, African, and rock. An incredible drummer and one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Ronnie Ciago is the Tasmanian Devil on the drums. A chops monster with impeccable timing. He has played with the best of the best, over 300 records. A master technician with a great feel. He's a drum teacher and a true gentleman. Dino Maddalone. Oh, that would be me. I will just say that I've been lucky enough to play with some of the best in the world. Although I've been a record producer for many years, I still do drumming sessions every week. My main love is rock drumming, but the piece you are listening to was for a role I played as a 1940s big band leader. I think I lost about 8 pounds doing this part of the film. Mark Droubay, Floyd Sneed, Ronnie Ciago, and myself. We all play differently, but we are one with our love for the drums. And now, great friends. Floyd Sneed, Mark Droubay, Ronnie Ciago. Floyd, I'm going to start with you now. Okay. 15 monster years with Three Dog Night. Mm-hmm. Millions of records sold. You have a huge, huge career. I remember back in the early days, I went out and bought the Three Dog Night live at the Forum, Capture Live at the Forum. Okay. And I got to tell you, when I got that record home, I knew. I even told my band members that day. I said, "This is. If we're going to be anything, we're going to be what these guys are here. This is the top of the food chain right here." But your playing style was so crazy back then. I mean, I watched you and I said, as a drummer, you know, we're like 2 and 4, you know, and you were on the 1 and the 3, and you were playing all these Latin and crazy things. What I want to know is how did you come up with that style? How did you get, and you have a certain name for it, right?
Lafrican.
Lafrican.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
Latin, African, and
That's
Latin.
right.
Okay. So tell us how you came up with that style.
Okay, one day I was watching TV, the movie King Solomon's Mines with Stuart Granger.
Right.
And the natives were doing a beat in there, and I said, "Wow, listen to that beat." And so I basically learned that beat and adapted that and put that into all my style. And
Right.
That's what I dug about what you did, because you swung. Your stuff
exactly.
swung.
That's
Back in the people didn't really, there
Don't
wasn't a
be
lot
the
of swing.
thing if it ain't
Yeah,
you,
but that's the
me.
thing. You had the swing in your style. I love that.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that you were playing with all these kind of like almost white pop rocker guys.
Yeah.
Except for Corey, that had all that soul in his voice. And you made it work though. I mean, I when I first heard it, I said, how is this working? And then that became part of the Three Dog Night sound. Was your, you know, of course, Joe Sherman's bass playing,
Absolutely.
and all the guys in the
all the
band.
guys,
It
yes.
should have been 7 Dog Night as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
thank you.
Yeah.
But anyway, now I want to go over here to Mark. Now Mark Droubay, Mark and I have known each other for 40 some years.
Yeah.
The fabulous drummer.
Yeah,
We
incredible
have
drummer.
known each other a long time.
Now, since we were 15 years old, we've
Yeah.
known each other. We always say we were in different bands together. Because I was a drummer, he was a drummer. But back in the day, Mark, your playing was wild, and you had the double basses. Back in the day now.
Yeah.
You were on
Like
top
him.
soloing. you were soloing, sticks flipping, and all that stuff. And
you were grooving.
I was
you played.
And I was always
you were the
going.
groove
I was
guy.
always saying, Mark, the groove. And then all of a sudden, he got into Survivor. And when that first record came out, it was a complete transition. I mean, it was like just kick, snare, and just that killing backbeat. Tell us what happened to you from that crazy Mark.
Yeah.
What happened? How did you come to that where groove was king?
Here I played in bands that you could just go nuts.
Right.
But Survivor, it was a song-oriented band, and plus it was the first time I really did an album with producers and stuff like that. And they just said, "Here, you don't have to do all that stuff every song."
Right.
I learned a lot. Just go like this. I mean, Tiger is basically the first beat you ever learned. Whenever anyone's taken a drum lesson, your first time you learn how to do 4 things at once, it's like, that's all that was.
And that's
Very strong. Very strong.
And what's going on today when I watch all these young guys on YouTube, these guys tearing it up and stuff. And I said this in my opening too, is that these guys are all about flailing and fast and licks and everything. And, well, except for this guy here, he knows how to make that
Another
work.
great drummer.
But anyway, and I see that and I go, guys, you want to play on a hit record? You want to play on a hit record? You got to just sit back there and make people move. It's always about the beat, okay? So these kids, and it's not their fault because it's a different era now. But if you watch this man play here, I mean, it's all every record that Survivor did. It's just, and he can solo his butt off. I've seen him.
Oh, yes.
It's all about the money is right in here. Okay, now Ronnie Ciago here. This guy, I got to produce him in the studio with Patrick Moraz, and Patrick is an incredible player, as we know. And you kept right up with him. You were right there. You're a chops monster. This guy here is insane. That's why I call him the Tasmanian Devil. I hope you don't mind that, but this guy's like a
The Ron-Manian devil.
He's like a Tasmanian
Down
Devil.
in 350, give me a latte.
right. So now, but you also make it work though. So tell us your early influences and what guided you to being this guy that just tore it up.
Well, my dad is a jazz sax player, so in New York, so I was brought up with that. He'd always take me to see all the cats, Buddy, and Dad Jones, Mel Lewis, and I was growing up. I was
Wonderful
seeing
people, yeah.
Ross and Roland Kirk playing 3 saxes at the same, and I was like 10 years old. So
who were some of the early influences for you? What drummers were you besides Buddy, obviously? Buddy Rich. I mean,
when I was a kid growing up, of course, Ringo Starr.
Yeah, which you play totally opposite of, but still, Ringo is why I started playing drums.
That's-
Ringo was the first guy that I said I
I
got to play
saw him on
drums.
the Ed Sullivan Show. That's what I want to do.
Floyd, I want to go back to you now. Let me go back over to Floyd here. Three Dog Night was not known for writing hit songs.
Right.
They were known for taking really cool songs from great songwriters and making great arrangements out of them. So I want to go to a video now of Floyd playing with Chuck Negron, actually. And the reason I picked this video is because it shows Floyd playing up close. And this is the song One. They're playing at the House of Blues. Oh. And the late Joe Sherman's playing bass. Phenomenal bass player for Trade All Night.
Greatest bass player.
Yeah,
Joe Sherman.
Great guy. So anyway, this is Floyd Sneed and the song One with Chuck Negron singing at the House of Blues. Check this out.
First record that started off for us was a song called One, and it was our first record that went gold. And I want to bring out the drummer that played on that song, Floyd Sneed.
One is the loneliest. One is the loneliest. One is the loneliest number I could ever do. Oh my!
Fantastic, man. That's a killer, man. That's killer. You watch those hands? I mean, that's what it's all about, man. Okay, Mark.
Yes.
I remember now. This is another thing that from about 1983. You called. I think I called you. You called me, and you said, "Dude, you got to go to the movies tomorrow. You got to check out Rocky 3. We just got a new song in the movie, and it's called Eye of the Tiger." And I said, "Okay." So I'm thinking that it's going to be in a scene somewhere, or maybe he's getting warmed up or whatever. So I go to the movies. I sit in the movies. I'm by myself. It's during the day because I always went to matinees because I was gigging at night. So I go to the matinees. Nobody in there. And all of a sudden, the song comes on at the beginning of the movie, and the intro to Eye of the Tiger comes on, and I just said right there, I said, that's it, Mark's life has changed forever. Right then and there, I knew
Great drumming.
that intro is probably, it's like your vocal intro to Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers that.
Yeah.
The intro to Eye of the Tiger. When you hear that, it's immediate. What? Who? What? It's just a genius. I mean, and it's so simple, too.
Yeah.
Okay, but what I want to know is the story of Sylvester Stallone calling you guys, and how did that come about? How did he pick you?
Well, believe it or not, back in the day, you remember when TV actors and stuff, they used to do albums.
Right.
They always made albums.
Yeah.
Right.
Stallone did an album back in '76 or '7 somewhere.
Yeah.
His record company was the Scotti Brothers, which was our record
great.
company. So in '82, when he was looking for a song, the only guy he knew in the record business was Tony Scotti. So he called him up and asked him if he had a band on his roster that could do something for him. So he said, yeah, check these guys out. Send him one of our albums called Premonition. And he said, yeah. So we were on the road, and he called up the two songwriters from the band, Frankie Sullivan and Jim Peter. We were on the road. They got home. We got home from the road, and they had messages on their answering machines from Stallone, which they ignored because they thought it was a crank call. So a month went by. We're actually writing for our next album, and the record president called up and said, why don't you return Stallone's call? That was him?
Yeah.
Who came up with the intro? Who was the
Frank
main-
and Jim wrote the song.
They wrote the song.
They
the
wrote
intro,
the, they
whole
wrote the
intro?
music very quickly. I think a couple hours for the music. But then they actually asked him to send the whole movie to him because it was originally entitled Rising Up. And then they said, well, that's not really a good hook. So he sent the whole movie. He says, don't let anybody see this. So watch the whole movie. And there's a scene where, what's his name, Apollo Creed says, you got to get the Eye of the Tiger back.
Okay, Ronnie, I want to talk to you now. I want to talk about your collaboration with Patrick Moraz. Okay, he's a keyboard genius. He's recorded with me before. I produced some sessions in here with him. But you two together are total magic. You guys know each other perfectly. Your playing fits with him, and his playing is just right up your alley. So how did it come together with you and Patrick?
Well, I was playing with John Goodsall and some of the guys from Brand X, and Patrick used to come down and see us play. So he's just liked my playing.
Right.
So we started playing together, just me and him. And it's one of those things where it just gels, where you're playing with somebody and it's It just automatically happens. We didn't even discuss nothing, and then we come up with.
Phenomenal. Ronnie, killing it.
Yeah, man.
This guy's, I told you, Tasmanian devil. He's the Taz. He's the Taz.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for a tip of the day. It's the Ask Dino Show. Tip of the day. It's music tips to help you in your career. Okay, check it out. Hello and welcome back to the Ask Dino Show Tip of the Day. Okay, today we're going to talk about speculation deals. Okay, spec deals. Okay, so let's break it down for a second here. The word speculation. Speculation means that you're going to speculate, you're going to make money on the back end of either services that you provide on the front end or services that somebody else provides for you on the front end. Okay, let's take both sides of the spectrum, okay? First, I'm going to say 3 words about it, okay? No. Let me add another word to it. No, that's 4 words. 4 no's. Don't do it, and I'll tell you why, okay? Now, if you're a band looking for a producer or somebody that owns a studio to do your project and you have no money, okay? Most bands have no money these days. So if you're looking for someone to do it for free, quote unquote, and you go find somebody, you're going to find 2 people. There's 2 kinds of people that'll do this for you. Number 1 is going to be a beginner, okay? If you get a beginner, you're going to get crap. Sorry. At the end of the day, you're going to get crap. Number 2, if you get somebody that's a pro, he's going to be in between projects, all right? So that means he's going to bring you into the studio because he's got nothing going on. Now, let's say he brings you into the studio, and for the first 2 weeks that you're recording, everything is great. Something goes wrong. He gets a job. He gets a paying job. He's going to go out and he's going to do this paying job. So what happens then? You guys are put to the end of the bus. You guys are back here at the end of the bus. And you're constantly waiting for this guy to finish your project. You're calling him. He says, okay, I'll get to you. He never gets to you. Or he finishes your project, does it cheaply, and gives it to you and gets it done and out of the way, okay? End of the day, you're going to get crap. Now, if you're a band and you have no money, and you need to record, I would say this: do whatever you can, borrow the money, sell a car, hawk something, get dad to do it for you, put it on a credit card, do whatever you can. Go out and get extra jobs, do whatever you can. Pay for somebody to do this. Now, if you pay for somebody, you're going to get professional work on this side. It's going to be a professional atmosphere. After 2 or 3 weeks go by and you're still recording, it's going to be a professional atmosphere. You're going to get a professional product, okay? Both sides. Producer, no. Band, no. Do not do this. Pay for your product, charge for your product, no spec deals. And the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to end up in court, okay? This is Dino Maddalone, the Ask Dino Show, Tip of the Day. Now, back at the show.
Hi, I'm Floyd, Sneed, original drummer from 3 Dog Night. I'm the one who played on all those 22 hits in a row, 4 number 1 hit singles.
And I'm Dino Maddalone, the Ask Dino Show.
I'm Mark Droubay from Survivor. I played on Eye of the Tiger.
Very good.
I'm Ronnie Ciago. I played on 300 CDs.
Woo!
But I played on Eye of the Tiger.
And you're watching the Ask Dino Show.
We'll be right back.
Dino. A typical A-Klein day. Davey dropping by after school. Goomba Fred and Marie selecting a favorite piece. Just another A-Klein day. Or was it? It seems that word is getting out about A-Klein Chocolatier.
I wonder what their grandparents think.
Can
I help you?
That one.
No, that's my husband. Dead Albert.
I don't think so.
Wait a minute.
For 20 years, A-Klein Chocolatier bringing people together with sweet unity. A-Klein chocolates are all made by hand on the premises by expert chocolatiers, led by owner and celebrity chocolatier Don Campbell. All kinds of chocolates and gifts for every holiday and occasion. They bring people together in some ways you'd never expect. Like I said, just another day at A-Klein Chocolatier, the sweetest of unity.
Bye, Davey.
All people, all ages.
A. Klein Chocolatier in Claremont, California, and Village Candy Kitchen, Oak Tree Village, Yucaipa, California. World-class chocolates and gifts for all holidays and occasions. Order online at aklein.com. A. Klein Chocolatiers and Village Candy Kitchen, the sweetest. You're watching the Ask Dino Show.
I need a crazy story. Floyd, can you give me one crazy story?
Okay, one day, long time ago, we were flying into Lake Tahoe on our private plane and got a call from Colonel Parker saying that Elvis wanted us to go to his second show after our first show right across the street. He was working at Caesars and we were working at Harvey's across the street and up there in Lake Tahoe. So after our show, we cleaned up and went across the street to his show, went to his into the casino where he was playing, and all of a sudden we heard, "Ladies and gentlemen, Three Dog Night." He stopped this show to introduce us to walk up to his booth where Colonel Parker was sitting.
Really?
And Elvis sang Three Dog Night songs for us.
You're kidding.
3 of them.
Oh,
and then after his show, we went down to the dressing room and spoke with Elvis for about an hour, this close to Elvis.
Yeah.
And that was quite an event
the
for
king.
me and us to meet Elvis.
Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. Well, they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. In Oklahoma, from Arizona, well, what doesn't matter, what doesn't matter.
Awesome. Now, let me ask you this. And I just because I saw this video, you used to play solos with your hands.
Yeah.
And I know that Zeppelin used to open for you guys.
John Bonham.
John Bonham. Now, did John Bonham get hit? Because John Bonham did that too. Remember,
Yeah, he
me
did
and Mark,
very well.
Yeah,
too,
sure.
Me and Mark sat behind John Bonham in 1970. We watched him the whole night.
Yeah.
Did John Bonham watch? Did he get that from you, or did you get that from him, or just you guys just both just started doing it on your
Well,
own?
since I'm 20 years older than John Bonham, I'm gonna say you got it for me.
There you go. Own it.
But he's a wonderful. I love John Bonham, and his son too. You know, but I don't know. I got mine from somebody a long
All right,
time
but you
ago.
know what we're gonna do? We're gonna check out this video right now. Floyd Sneed playing this solo with his hands. Check this out. It's mind-boggling. Check it out. Okay, and that story right there from Mr. Floyd Sneed. And look at this. He still gets to be in magazines here. Okay?
Yeah.
This guy here, he's rating these
And he's
stories
in
in
front.
magazines. All these young kids are looking at him.
They
And
have
you're-
no idea who he is.
Now they do. And you got something coming Modern Drummer, right? Don't you got
It
something?
was in the issue that, I guess, is that the newest one? Or
No, I
this
don't know
is,
which one this is.
right here.
It's
Are you in this
actually
one?
July 2012.
Okay, so it's coming out.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah, it's out now.
It's out now.
It's an article for
yeah.
Okay, so
Supernatural
look,
Symbols.
Ronnie Ciago and Modern
I'll
Drummer.
get it
Okay.
tomorrow,
I've never
yeah.
been in you been in Modern
I
Drummer?
was in the back cover with it. Stretch ad.
That's okay. No, the back
It
cover.
wasn't about me. It was about the
It's all
drums.
good.
Okay, Mark, give us some kind of crazy story. You must have. Some.
Well, back in the day,
80s.
back in the day when they still had open seating, remember that?
Yeah.
Before the Who thing happened, we were playing one of those shows, and we were just getting ready to go on stage, and all of a sudden, a security guy came by and said, "Get back in the dressing room. Get back, get back, get back." And the lights were off. People were screaming and yelling and stuff. So I snuck a look out the door, and they were bringing this guy in handcuffs, and they had taken a gun off of him. He was in the front row, waiting for us, because I guess his girlfriend was a big Survivor fan or something. But they took a gun off this guy in the front row.
So he was gonna blow one of you
He
guys
was
away?
going to start shooting as soon as we hit the stage.
Oh God! Ronnie, give us the story, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Come on, give us the
Yeah,
story.
you got a whole.
Upbeat.
Yes.
I was playing with Mick Taylor from the Rolling Stones.
Oh.
I did a live record big CD called 14th Below. And so we rehearsed, and then we're going to do the show. And so we're getting ready to do the show. And then Mick shows up. He's got no guitar.
Oh boy.
And, you know, this
There was no guitar at all
De
anywhere.
Niro is in the audience. Harvey Keitel, the big Stones fan.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take some questions from the audience now. So please state your name and ask your question.
I'm Brandon from Orange County, and I have a question for Mark. Who was your favorite drummer and why?
Well, I was influenced by Buddy Rich, John Bonham from Led Zeppelin, and Ian Pace from Deep Purple. Buddy and John are both gone now. Ian Pace is still playing tremendous level, and he actually combines the best of both of them, rock and roll and heavily jazz influence. So Ian Pace is my guy today.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, next question. Please state your name and ask your question.
Hi, I'm Cecily from San Clemente, and I have a question for Floyd. I'm a big fan of Three Dog Night, and I was wondering when and if you guys are ever going to have a reunion performance.
Yeah.
Well, I've been waiting basically 24 years for a reunion, and my phone hasn't rung, and I'm getting kind of tired of waiting. But it'd be nice if it would happen again. But there's 4 of the 7 original guys working. They got a nice band going right now. But a few people now and then ask, it's not quite the same because I'm not there. And they're right.
Yeah.
No, but that's okay. Things are good.
Yeah.
Things are good.
Well, I just like to say this, that if you guys are out there watching, anybody, because Floyd's on the show, I just like to say that I wish you guys would get back together. As far as being a baby boomer, us fans, the baby boomers, you know, we're all getting a little older now, and everybody that I've talked to, all the fans of Three Dog Night, they always say the same thing. We want all 3 dogs or all 6 dogs that
In
are
one
left
night.
on one stage. So it's all 3 dogs, not 2 dogs
Yeah,
over
we
here,
need all 3
not
dogs.
1 dog. We want all 3 dogs
Yeah.
on one stage. And I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes for you guys to do that, you guys, I mean, time is marching on, and you guys owe it to your fans, too, because the fans are pissed. I'm telling you, they're pissed. They want you guys back together. I'm telling you.
Well,
I'm
thank
telling you the
That's
truth.
nice.
So, I mean, this is just my take on that. So I hope you guys think about that and have a nice reunion tour. Okay, now what I want to know is, I want to know how we can get, these guys out here can get a hold of you guys. So you have some kind of a website or something, or anything where
my
you get a
new
hold of
website is going to be up like next week. It's called ronnieciago.net. But you can also get me at Facebook,
Okay, and that's Ciago.
Ronnie Ciago on Facebook.
Not the Tasmanian Devil. That's not his real name. Okay, Mark, how can we get a hold of you?
Survivormusic.com. It's the band's website. We've also got links there to Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff, tour schedules, everything. But it's www.survivormusic.com.
And you guys are still.
Oh yeah, we
still
still
play.
play. Yeah.
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 Okay, Floyd, how can we get a hold of you?
Okay, you can go to Builderback, BILDERBACK, Builderback1, number 1, at frontier.com.
Okay.
Or you can go through 3 Dog Night at FloydSneed.net also
Okay.
do.
You know, this show, the Astino show, is all about helping the young kids out there, and then the older kids too, about the music industry. Okay, and you guys are three dogs. We got to do a show on this guy. I'll wait for the mic. You guys are 3 longtime veterans. Okay, so Mark, let's start out with you.
All right.
Give some of these kids some just heartfelt, a minute or so, heartfelt advice on the music industry. Not so much drumming, but the music industry.
All right. Rock star or pop star is not a job description. Musician is a job description.
good.
So learn your craft, study your craft, listen. But the main thing, ask yourself, do you want to do it or do you need to do it? The answer to that question will help you determine whether or not you're going to go far in this business.
Good
Cool.
advice.
Ronnie?
I agree with Mark, the same thing. Study, learn your craft the right way. Listen to a lot of influences. Don't listen to any one style of music. Listen to the funk, jazz, and metal, rock, African, Latin, all the whole genre.
Drummers have to play more than one style.
Exactly.
If you want to make a living playing drums, you have to play more than one style. Now you can love one style, but if you want to make a living as a drummer, doing sessions, movies, TV, you got to play more than one style.
And learn how to read. will help.
Learn how to read. I have to learn how to read.
I can't
Floyd,
read.
give it.
I
Floyd,
can't read.
Floyd, give us some advice.
We're gonna hook up.
Okay, advice. Like on the Dick Clark show, I like the beat, The 2 and 4 is the most important thing as far as I'm concerned. The backbeat and the make them feel it.
Yeah.
Make them feel it.
Yeah.
Less is more, and just lock it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Okay, now you guys out there, I hope you listen to these guys because they did me a favor and they did you a favor by coming down here. I asked them and they said no problem. So I hope you listen to these guys. I can't thank you guys enough for coming down. Floyd, thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me.
Mark, thank you so much, brother. Ronnie, fantastic, man. Okay?
Is a check under here?
Okay, let's go to the announcements. Here we go. Announcements. Now, coming up on the Ask Dino show, we've got a guy here named Buzzy Martin. He wrote this book called Don't Shoot, I'm the Guitar Man. And what he did, he went into San Quentin prison and taught guitar for 3 years. Now, he was not a prisoner, he was not a criminal, but he went and taught these guys guitar, all these murderers and all these crazy people. He went, this is unbelievable. Now, they're making a movie about this, and they're going to have Eric Roberts play him in the movie, and we might have Eric on the show, too. Now, also on the show, we've got Cherie Curry. Now, Cherie Curry, client of mine, friend of mine, beautiful woman, she wrote this book called Neon Angel, and they turned it into a film called The Runaways. Now, Dakota Fanning just played her, and Kristen Stewart just played Joan Jett in the movie. Big feature film. I mean, how many people do you know that's got a movie made about them? I don't know that many people. Anyway, she's coming on the show. Also, she's going to bring her ex-husband, Robert Hayes. Now, everybody knows Robert Hayes from Airplane, the movie. I know he hates when people say that. But she's going to be bringing him on the show with her. Now, they're not married anymore, but they're buddies, okay? And they got a lot to talk about. Also, Cherie does a thing, it's chainsaw sculpting, okay? Now, this is crazy. She takes these pieces of wood and she sculpts these beautiful things out of chainsaws. Who does that? I don't know that. Also coming up on the show, we've got Chuck Negron. Now, Chuck was booked on the show once, but he couldn't make it. There was a problem and he couldn't make it down here. Okay, all I can say is that, Chuck, come on back. All right, now, we got some bad news. My cousin, Peggy Jo, her husband, Jerry, just got killed in a motorcycle accident. Now, Jerry is a beautiful guy, a great guy. He survived Vietnam. He survived cancer, but he could not survive a reckless driver. Okay, so all you people out there that are riding motorcycles, please be careful, okay? Now, thank yous. I want to thank David McNeil, our producer, Gordon Michael, our director, our celebrity chocolatier, Don Campbell, Steve from Music Scene Magazine, our artist, Jeff Maddalone, our production assistant, Cicely Callan, Luke Denny, Tony Farrell, Brandon McNeil. We got a lot more shows coming at you. We love when you watch. We love when you watch. We love when you watch. My name is Dino Maddalone, and thank you for watching. Hey, look, everybody, it's Don Campbell from A. Klein Chocolatier. She came down here. She liked these guys so much in their music. Floyd, Mark, and Ronnie. She liked them so much that she gave them this great chocolate. It's fantastic. Wonderful. I love it. It's fantastic. So, Don, how can we get a hold of some of this chocolate?
Well, first of all, I want to say it's such an honor to be in the room with such drumming greats, to think that all the songs that you guys have done that we have listened to over and over and over, so we thank you for that.
Thank you.
And you can come see us at A. Klein Chocolatier in Claremont, California, or Oakland Village Candy Kitchen, or you can go to akline.com. That's A-KLINE.com. See you there.
Floyd, I'm going to start with you, okay?
No.
I play Eye of the Tiger.
And I pay on Tito. Never mind.
Let's screw it on.